Hello, everyone. My name is Carissa, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to share my philosophy as a future special education teacher. My goal in this profession is simple: to support every learner with dignity, compassion, and high expectations, while also partnering with families and colleagues to help students thrive academically, socially, and emotionally. I'll start by using the infographic I created to explain the different roles special education teachers play, such as supporting learning, meeting legal and ethical expectations, collaborating with others, and advocating for students in the profession. Then I'll talk about my personal vision for meeting the needs of students with exceptionalities and the character traits and dispositions I bring to this work. I'll also share the ethical frameworks and professional standards I've studied, and how they guide my decision making, especially when it comes to making fair and thoughtful choices about eligibility and services. I'll also talk about how my Christian worldview and my commitment to servant leadership shape the way I want to support students and families. And finally, I'll explain how I plan to keep growing as an educator through lifelong learning, professional communities, and research based practices. So, to start, I want to walk through the infographic I created because it really captures how I view the role of a special education teacher. One of our biggest responsibilities is supporting learning. That means getting to know each student as an individual. So, what motivates them, what challenges them, and what helps them shine. We adapt instruction, modify materials, and make sure accommodations are actually meaningful and not just some words on a page. We also have important legal and ethical responsibilities. We follow IDEA, protect confidentiality, and make sure every student receives the services that are in their IEP. But beyond the laws, it's about doing what's right, being honest, fair, and consistent. Collaboration is another huge part of the job. We work closely with general education teachers, related service providers, and of course, families. I really believe that when we communicate openly and work as a team, students feel that support and it makes a difference. And finally, we advocate. Sometimes that means speaking up for students who can't speak up yet for themselves, or sometimes it means helping families understand their rights or pushing for more inclusive practices. Advocacy is woven into everything that we do. My personal vision as a special education teacher is to create a space where every student feels seen, valued, and capable. I believe that students with exceptionalities deserve not only access to education, but also access to joy, confidence, and a sense of belonging. I want my classroom to be a place where students know that they can take risks, make mistakes, and still be supported. Some of the traits I bring to this work are patience, empathy, and flexibility. I'm someone who tries to really listen before I act, and I stay calm when things get chaotic. And I'm always willing to adjust my approach if something isn't working. I also try to bring a lot of encouragement into my interaction with students. I want them to feel proud of themselves, even for the small steps. The ethical frameworks and professional standards I've studied, such as the Model Code of Ethics for Educators, the CEC, Special Education Professional Ethical Principles, the Professional Dispositions of Learners, and the College of Education Competencies, give me a strong foundation for making decisions and will guide my decision making throughout my career. These frameworks remind me to act with integrity, fairness, and respect. They remind me to avoid bias and to always put the student's well being first. This is especially important when determining special education eligibility. These decisions can change a student's entire educational path, so it's essential to use practical wisdom and look at the child as a whole and make choices that truly support their growth and long term success. These standards help me stay grounded and ensure that my decisions are thoughtful, ethical, and student centered. From a Christian worldview, I believe that every child is created with inherent worth and purpose. This belief shapes how I approach teaching and advocacy. Servant leadership means putting students' needs first, serving with humility, and showing compassion even on hard days. In practice, this means advocating for students even when it's difficult, offering grace and patience, and building a classroom community rooted in respect and care. It means seeing families as partners and honoring their experiences and perspectives. My faith encourages me to lead with love, integrity, and a commitment to justice, and these standards help me stay grounded and ensure that all my decisions are thoughtful, ethical, and student centered. I also know that being an effective special education teacher means being a lifelong learner. Students' needs are diverse and the field is always evolving. I plan to stay involved in professional learning communities, attend workshops and conferences, and stay connected with organizations like Council for Exceptional Children. I'm also committed to deepening my understanding of culturally responsive teaching so I can support students from all backgrounds. I want to keep growing, keep learning, and keep improving so I can give my students the best possible support. Thank you so much for listening. I'm truly honored to be entering a profession that requires so much heart, collaboration, and advocacy. I look forward to serving students with exceptionalities and partnering with families and colleagues to help every learner grow, succeed, and flourish.